Hopefully you've watched the other videos by now. There's a video for each letter of the alphabet doing a wavy edge block letter. So now I'm going to do a question mark. Oftentimes people forget about punctuation when they're talking about block letters and doing the alphabet. Punctuation is important too. So sometimes you may just want a big block letter punctuation, like a question mark or exclamation mark, and that can add a lot of emphasis to your message without having to do an entire word. So as you can see, it's the same method. Started out with a yellow marker to create the question mark, and then I used a star for the bottom. That's kind of a fun place. Instead of putting a dot, you can do fun shapes there. And now I'm creating the wavy edge around the edges of the question mark. So as you can see on the left side of the question mark, I did the wavy edges inside the question mark. And then on the top and the side, the lower right side, I did the wavy parts on the outside of the letter. And so I'm mixing it up inside and outside the letter. And as I said in the previous videos, it really doesn't matter how you do it. There's no right or wrong. It's really depends on the situation and what the context that whatever letter you're doing will be seen in. Also, it depends on how much time you have, how much ink you want to put on the paper, and things like that. So again, there's no right or wrong. It's really up to your creativity and the context you'll be using these images in. So I'm coloring these in nice and solid dark black. You can leave them open if you want, so they have more of a lacy look. I like to color them in black so they're easier to read from a distance. So if that's your goal, you want to keep that in mind. Dark, bold black is going to be a lot easier than a thin black line. And you may have noticed I'm keeping the bottom of the question mark just plain. But yet there's still a little tiny wave in it. I'm making it just a little bit thicker so it stands out. And again, instead of putting a circle under the question mark that's traditionally there, I used a star just to add a little more personality. And now I'm going back and I'm adding just some kind of emphasis lines, some shading lines, you might call them, highlight lines, and used a couple dots. That really just creates a little bit more depth, makes it look a little more three-dimensional. And now I'm adding like some what I call sparkly marks that just add a little bit of movement to the outside of the question mark. So there you go. Hopefully that gives you some information and inspiration to create some fun letters and question marks on your own.